Good afternoon. I'm Divine Muse 333 coming to you with a reading for Sagittarius mid-June. Removing blockages. A lot going on, tapping into your energy. A lot. Also, birds that I have never heard before came about. One was like da-da-da, almost like the CNN sound. I think that's the CNN sound. But yeah, if you just listen, you'll hear like it's a different vibe going on here. In a different type of energy. Oh my God, all is fair in love and war. Two of Cups type energy. Apprehensive about meeting someone new. Five of Wands, play ball. Hey, better swing. I'm just saying exactly what I heard from my notes. Since somebody may be going to a baseball game. Or then I got playing games. Then I got mind games. I also got, for some of you, your impatience is blocking you. Self-worth issues, trust issues, micromanaging the universe, some yucky stuff with someone you consider a soulmate. Expecting miracles. Then I heard, God send me an angel from the heavens above. Taking out the trash. Someone forcing you or you forcing someone to do something you don't want to. Resistance. I also heard God's property. When I heard it, it was like, GP! Like Kirk Franklin's like, maybe I've been going through some things that's really got me down. I need somebody to help me come and turn my life around. Stomp. I also heard nothing belongs to us. Give it / him to God. I heard Love and War, Andre 3000, The Love Below. Let's kiss, not fight. Try to do what's right tonight. Make love, not war. What the hell are we living for? Then I also heard, tonight will make the prettiest sounds that no one will ever hear. No one will ever hear. No one will ever. Then I just heard, cliche, the end is near. Cliche, the end is near. Cliche, the end is quickly approaching. Now we carry on. Go on to fight another day. Hey. But I don't think that's the lyrics to the end of that song. Anyway. I also saw somebody creating things but never releasing them. Keeping it to yourself for fear of judgment. And the doors being blown off the hinges. So someone may be going through storm damage. I got that. Heavily. Doors being blown off the hinges. So it could be something coming in like almost like a raid type, but a spiritual raid. Like, no, this will not stand. Alright, so yeah, let's move forward. What does Sagittarius perceive to be their problem? And right out there, insecurity. Insecurity. Y'all may be holding on to your heart or holding on to something that you deem very close to you for fear of judgment. It's not releasing. You're not releasing. You're holding on to it. Holding on to your healing in a sense of, but not opening up to your healing. You're holding on to it like you've got to transmute it, and the energy is here for you to do so. But this is what your insecurities may be blocking you, like fear of judgment, as I said before. That I see an angel and a devil, almost said demon, so that's weird. But I see an angel and a devil on, your shoulders, and the devil is taking prominence. So maybe some Capricorn energy here. You all may be dealing with a Capricorn or have Capricorn in your chart. Or it could flat out be that negative self-talk that's keeping you from doing something. I see shadows. I still see your shadows in my room. So maybe insecurities from a past lover or a past failure is holding you back. I see aura cleansing. I see this is something that's it's insecurity at the root of the matter. Like the root of the matter is insecurity. That's at least what is perceived to be the problem here. What could create a breakthrough? Perseverance. Keep going. Let go of it. Like, it's like, okay, so spiritually, there are guides or God's source, whomever, whatever you believe in is here for you. Like the fairy godmother with Cinderella, like, but you gotta get up out of them, right? It's like almost what I see is like a fairy godmother here for you, but you still want to wear the rags. Like, you don't believe it. Like, I cannot believe it. I don't know why I heard it like that, but it's like, and then I saw Monique, like, from Precious, like, shaking her head, like, no, like, like, it's like you're refusing to believe, like, oh, maybe you're feeling insecure, like you don't deserve this breakthrough. At the end of the day, we all have done a lot of, there's on my page, go to the Royal Enigma. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna link it. I forgot my own dead Instagram page, but there's a card I put up today called Humanity, and it speaks of, in a sense, feeling like you don't deserve something because of something that you've done in the past, feeling like you're not worthy, feeling of unworthiness, or relating it to a past incident, like, because this happened, I can never do this again, or I don't deserve this because of all the bad things I've done. Like, flat out, that's what I'm getting here. But you've got to let that go. You've got to shed those old rags. Somebody also needs to change the rags in their house or something, like the washcloth, something. I see dirty rags everywhere. And I just got a ding notification. I don't know if y'all can hear it on the recording, but yeah. So confirmation. You got to be your own confirmation as well. I don't know where that came from. But I also think there's a lot of interference going on with you. So you may need to take some quiet time to yourself. Be by yourself and get it together. Like, because it's too much going on. I just saw in my head somebody being pulled from all ends. Like, I feel like this is an internal issue, though. What's blocking you, it's like it's an internal issue that you've got to get over. And insecurity, I will say, that is a big one. And I sympathize with you simply because, I've been there. But you've got to trust yourself. And you've got to encourage yourself. In order to grow, you've got to be willing to grow. It's that simple. Not to offend anybody or whatever. I'm just being real. In order to grow, you've got to go. You've got to move forward. You've got to embrace the fact that people change, you change, and you are no longer what you once were. Also, you may be growing from previous conditions. You may have been conditioned in a sense to be insecure, but that does not mean that, I saw a lightning bolt again, but that does not mean that you got to keep carrying that shit with you. Like, are you going to let, yourself be held back from your future due to everybody else? And they living their best life and you're still sitting here? Like, you've got to stop placing the blame anywhere at the end of the day. Accept it for what it is. It's not permanent. And you've got to let it go. I just heard, let it go. I'm not going to sing that one because but you've got to let it go. I see Elsa letting down her hair in that moment. That's where you're, that's what's going to help you create that breakthrough. Vanity is blocking you at this point in time. So you may not be communicating clearly what your intentions are, or you may have an issue with communicating. You have to be very clear with what you're saying, because the story of this card with vanity is, and you got to change your buzzwords. Like, what? I'll get to that. But all right. So the story of this card is, you got people at a party, right? And they're observing the big house, and how great it must be to be this way. And then the Great Spirit comes along and he's like, I forget the exact question that he asked. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go right to the book because this is a very good story. All right, so he asked them, would they prefer gluttony or generosity? And none of them answered. And then he reminded them that more doesn't mean better. And then they laughed, and then he took them to a place suddenly where it was a room, and it started to fill with water. And they started spazzing out because they were getting more water in there. But water in a closed space, you about to end up drowning. The water started to rise faster. And then all of a sudden, one of them was like, play with the water. We must do well with what we have. And they begin to have fun in the water, and the rain stops. So it's about appreciating what you have. That will, that's what's blocking you right now. You've latched on an appearance to success. You've latched on to labels, potentially, to where if it's not what you see it as, that expectation, if it's not that, then you are unhappy, or you feel like insecure, not good enough, or it's because it's not what you expected. Maybe you should stop expecting, and appreciate what is around you. And I don't mean to sound harsh in saying it, as I said before, but you got to appreciate what you have to get more of what you have. You got to take care of the things that you have to get more of what you have, because you're showing an appreciation for it. Why would anybody give you more of something when I see in my head a kid with broken toys? Like, you want more toys, but all of your toys are broken. I'm not calling you a kid or nothing like that, but I'm saying you want more toys, but all of your toys are broken. Somebody's more likely to give you good things when you take care of the good things that you have. So it's being clear with that intention. It's sometimes less is more, literally, like with the situation of the water. Like, you got to be clear when you say for example, you're manifesting a job, or let's do a job. Let's not focus on love. You're manifesting a job, and you want this, that, and the third, but it comes with, working overtime or poor benefits, whatever the case may be. You've already aligned yourself with these things that you expect from a job, and there's really no benefits to it because you didn't open yourself up to what I just heard in my head. Plain and simple was what you are expecting is below what is intended for you. So it's setting expectations when there's so much more and better out there for you. Like, you're settling almost with this expectation. You got to release that. And some of you all may be dealing with vanity issues that you use to mask insecurity. Or this may be somebody around you who acts very vain, but is actually very insecure, and that's the reason why they do it. Or maybe you lash out and project on other people because there's something going on with you inside. What you can do to create what you desire. Keep seeing grow. You got to grow past this. This is an old conditioned way of being. Wisdom. Do you think wisdom is learned through experience? How do you align with wisdom? Wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. You got to learn from your mistakes. And stop worrying about the little shit. This stuff that you perceive to be the problem. Stop worrying about this. Let it go. Release it. Like, that's small stuff to a giant. That's what I hear. That's small shit to a giant, plain and simple. And you may be feeling that conflicted feeling inside too. Not necessarily like that. It might be you telling you that you're not following your heart. You're not doing what you're supposed to do in a sense of what's best for you. You may think you are, but it's really not. It may be like it's like an internal battle going on there. It's almost like an issue with authenticity, or an issue with communicating what you want. See, I got the mind game thing. So that ties back into the mind games, where it's like when you're with a guy, or guys, when you're with a girl, you kind of expect them to read your mind and know what you want, and then you're disappointed when they don't know what you want. You never told them. You've got to speak, say it with your chest. And step up, because when you do stuff like that, it's like you placing all the weight on somebody else to do what you should be doing for yourself. This was different. But yeah, like, you just gotta wisen up. Like, cause what? Hold on one moment. You may need to shift your perspective as well. Oh, hi, I'm back. Anyway, so you may need to shift your perspective because on one end, she's throwing it, back, throw it back. Anyway, but she's like not believing that she deserves this, but on another end, she's given up before. Like, you're right at the finish line, but you're giving up right before. Like, it's like that insecurity is convincing you that you're not going to make it, but you're literally like right there. Steady as she goes, stay on course. It's like ignoring these insecurities or these thoughts or whatever's going on. It's the situation that you're insecure about, like pushing that to the side and focusing on you because your insecurities are sidetracking you from where you need to be. I mean, you may not see it, you may not appreciate it, in a sense. Not saying you're ungrateful, but in a way you may identify success with large things or nice things, or like you see those hashtag relationship goals or goals on Facebook in regards to a relationship, and you're aligning yourself with that, not knowing that at home they got a whole bunch of shit going on. So it's like you don't have a clear perception of what it is beyond the superficial or the surface. It's a surface level perception. And that comes with time, and appreciate that time because that's a part of your journey. I keep getting the serenity prayer. Like, that was the theme for what, made me do these readings. Like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That may help you reciting that. You also may be dealing with a Scorpio because they had this in their reading, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just knowing what to take a chance on. If you've been there before, there's no need to repeat that pattern. Learn the lesson and keep going. It's okay to change. It's okay to evolve. It's embracing that as a part of your process and growing from it. Enjoying the present. Not worrying about what somebody else got going on or how their life is better than yours or whatever the case may be. It's appreciating what you have and moving from there. Moving from a place of appreciation for yourself too. Appreciating yourself and how far you've come and how far you've evolved, because you're not the same person you were before. I honestly heard yesterday, you're not the same person as you are yesterday. So it's like a growth, an accelerated growth here, but you cannot cling to these insecurities because they are blocking you. It's like one step forward, two steps back. Indecisiveness. But you've got it. In due time. Love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.